Hi, everyone. This is Casey Bowo. I'm the counseling director at Gloucester High School. Our counseling department put together this presentation. We gave this presentation to students yesterday, January 18th, regarding the course selection process for the 2024-2025 school year. And this slideshow is just to share information with parents so that you can support your student in making the best decision regarding their course choices for next year. Some of the points of emphasis that we made with students in our presentations during their study halls were to reflect on what their goals are for life after high school and what classes can they take that will allow them to be the most successful, that align with what they want for their future. So first, students at GHS are required to complete 130 credits of coursework for their high school diploma. So in the course of 4 years, students have the opportunity to earn 160 credits total. So if they take 8 classes every year and they pass all 40 credits that they're enrolled in, they have the opportunity to earn 160 credits. So the requirement of 130 allows for some wiggle room in case a class or two is failed, or if students want to do an abbreviated schedule their senior year and not have to worry about the number of credits that they'll acquire if they leave early. Classes are generally 5 credits each for a full year course. The subject-specific requirements listed below are outlined by the state of New Jersey, so they're all high school graduation requirements. Each student is required to complete 4 years of English, phys ed, and health, 3 years of math, science, and history, and then history is further broken down, needs to be 2 years of U.S. history and 1 year of world history. Students need to complete 1 year of a world language, 1 year of a visual or performing art, and 1 year of a 21st century life and career skill course, as well as 1 semester of financial literacy. And our counselors work together with students to ensure that all of these requirements are met for high school graduation. These are some of our programs of study available at GHS: TV production, industrial arts, visual arts, ROTC, STEM, including engineering, biomedical science, and computer sciences, as well as our pre-college track. And we've had these programs in place for long enough now that we are at the point where we will recognize students towards the end of their senior year at either the senior luncheon or at graduation for students who complete 3 or more courses in each of these programs. So, we want to honor the contributions that students make to these programs as well as their perseverance in completing multiple courses in these tracks. There are also opportunities for students to earn college credits and or industry certifications in these programs before high school graduation. So something that we really emphasize with students in our presentation, especially if your student is one who's interested in, becoming a National Honor Society member at some point, or if they're worried about their GPA and class rank for college applications, our courses come on 4 different levels. So level 1 would be kind of like the lowest level, least academic courses. So like PE and health, ceramics, photography, kind of general level electives. Level 2 courses would be more academic in nature, and they're typically high school graduation requirements. So college English 2, financial literacy, earth and space science, any of those college level academic courses. And additionally, some of the upper level, more rigorous electives, like sports marketing 2, creative writing, law and public safety, they all fall under the level 2 courses. Level 3 courses include our pre-AP and honors courses, and level 4 is AP, which is the most difficult, rigorous level of course that we offer. And then the levels determine the number of points that students can earn towards their grade point average. So I'll show you in the course selection booklet towards the end of this presentation, you'll be able to see how if you earn a 97 in an AP class, you'll earn more GPA points than a 97 in a level 1 phys ed class. Again, something that we emphasize with students to be mindful of if they intend to enroll in a 4-year college immediately after graduation, they should complete 2 years of a world language. Specifically, it should be the same world language. So in the past, we offered only Spanish. So now we offer both Spanish and French, which we're very excited we're able to offer both of those. Students should complete 2 years of the same language. So if your student did 1 year of Spanish and 1 year of French, they should complete an additional year of one of those languages before graduation if they want to go to a 4-year college. Additionally, many 4-year schools have specific lab science requirements or math requirements depending on the major that your student might be interested in. So, specifically, we've seen majors like nursing, engineering, and pre med have more specific or more stringent requirements in terms of the high school coursework. So, your student should be aware of that if they're interested in some of those kind of math and heavy STEM majors. Our option two programs are really a point of pride for us at GHS. So we have a number of opportunities available to students. Specifically, these programs are available primarily for 12th graders, but a point of emphasis we made with the younger students is in order to be able to take advantage of these programs in their senior year, they have to be in good standing with their grades and attendance and discipline leading up to senior year so that they will have the opportunity to do these things. In terms of our college partnerships with Camden County College and Rowan College of South Jersey, this year we have about 40 students who they do a half day schedule at GHS, so they leave around 11:35 every day, and 2 days a week they take a course on campus at RCSJ or online, and that's fully funded by the district. So we pay for the book, the transportation, and the course for them. So they're leaving with at least 6 college credits totally free of charge. The Camden County College Career and Technical Institute, that the numbers for that vary from year to year depending on student interest. So this year we have 4 students who are in the program. Last year we had about 18. But for that program, students, again, they do a half day schedule at the high school, and then they come back later in the afternoon. So around 4:45, they get on a bus and they go to the Camden County Technical School campus in Sicklerville, where they do programs in automotive, culinary, welding, cosmetology, pharmacy tech. There's a host of different options available to them. And again, all fully funded by the district, including the transportation. And those students will leave high school graduation with not only, their high school diploma, but also with an industry certification. So they'll be employable immediately upon high school graduation. The vast majority of our seniors do an option two schedule. So they stay at GHS for the first 5 periods of the day, and many of them either are employed or have internships. So for students who work or do internships, every 25 hours that they work or intern, they earn 1 credit for high school. And then specifically, the Cooper Health Career Shadowing Program is a summer internship program available to any student who's 14 or older. There's an application process that we can help them with in the guidance office. And we have seen students who do that summer internship program with Cooper and then kind of parlay that into a part-time or full-time job in one of the departments at Cooper Hospital upon graduation. A specific internship that we're hoping to continue to grow in the next few years is the Future Teachers Program. So, 20-ish years ago when I was a student, that was a very popular program that we had where students would, again, leave at about a half-day schedule and then would help out at Cold Springs or GMS for students who were interested in pursuing a career in education. And we also have started a scholarship program to grow our own educators with the hopes of assisting our current students with pursuing teacher certification and hopefully coming back to the district to teach after their college graduation. Physical education. So again, every year a student is enrolled in high school, they are required to complete a physical education and health course. For students in grades 10, 11, and 12, option 2 phys ed is an option. So if students participate in 2 or more sports at GHS, whether that's JV or varsity, they are eligible to have an option 2 phys ed class, which essentially is a study hall, and they would have a study hall in the media center instead of reporting to a typical gym class. And the idea is that since the student athletes spend a lot of time after school at practices and games and traveling for different events, that having that study hall time in their schedule gives them opportunity to stay on top of their schoolwork. We're excited for the 24-25 school year to add band and color guard to the eligible sports. So previously it was only kind of NJSIAA sanctioned sports teams, and next year we're going to be able to add band and or color guard. So if your student does at least 2 seasons of one of those activities, they will also be eligible for option 2 PE. So we're excited to add that next year. Additionally, every year we have a handful of kids who they might not do 2 sports at Gloucester High, but they're very involved either in outside of school, like a club wrestling or ice hockey or gymnastics or some other activity where they're really accruing a lot of time training and participating in this sport. So those students are also eligible for option 2 PE, and there's just an application process that they would complete with me. So if that applies to your student, I'm happy to help them with that process. Several new programs that we're excited about for next year. Obviously, we're very happy to bring back French as a world language offering this year. So next year we'll add French 2 and Honors French 2 in addition to French 1 and Honors French 1. Integrated chemistry and physics is going to be a new science department offering, and that will be the primary science class for most 11th grade students. So if your student is currently a 10th grader who took Earth and Space Science as a freshman and they're currently enrolled in college biology, integrated chemistry and physics would be the next science course in their science track. If your student is in the honors track already, like if they took honors bio in 9th grade and in 10th grade they're in honors chem, they would take either an AP science or honors physics or a higher level science. But this integrated chemistry and physics is a new course next year, which blends both chemistry and physics. And we think that, this is like a really cutting edge course that we think will kind of set the standard for other districts to follow as well. So we are excited to offer that next year. And then finally, Industrial Arts 3. Obviously, this has really been, again, a point of pride for the district to be able to bring this program back to Gloucester High. Industrial Arts 3, similar to Industrial Arts 2, is a double period class. So it's 10 credits instead of the typical 5 credits that our courses are. And it's 2 periods back to back in the school day to give the kids more time to work on their projects. Students would have to have successfully completed Industrial Arts 2, and they would have to be recommended by Mr. Rock to continue in the program. And then in level 3, they will start to work more on the electrical and wiring end of things. And then just kind of some general information. Here's our timeline for the course selection process. So this week we met with all 9th through 11th grade students, again, to give this exact presentation and kind of review the information that they need. On Tuesday, January 23rd, we're going to be holding our elective fair during the study hall periods. So for the elective fair, students who are currently enrolled in each elective course will have 1 or 2 students to represent them. And that way students will be able to ask questions of students who are currently enrolled in the course. And that will give them, good information to make an informed decision about which electives they might want to take next year. On Wednesday, the 24th, we'll have a study hall presentation regarding NCAA eligibility for student athletes. And then we're going to survey the students to see if study hall presentations would be beneficial for some of our other special programs based on student interest. So ROTC, AVID, and the various option 2 programs. If there's enough interest, we will do presentations for those as well. So not next week, the following week, January 29th, is when all 9th through 11th grade students, we will reconvene with those guys and do a Google form where they will pick their classes for next year. So which English they want to take, which math, which science. So what we said to the kids when we did these presentations this week was to take time over the next week and a half, 2 weeks to reflect on this and really, come to the table that week of the 29th with a solid idea of the classes that they want to take for next year. Like what classes align with the goals that they have for themselves after high school, align with their work ethic, things like that. If you have an 8th grader at either GMS or Alice Costello, we're going to be meeting with those guys the week of February 4th to do this presentation. And then the following week of February 12th, we'll return to help them pick their classes. And then on February 26th, that's when all course selections for next year will be complete. And at that point, we will be able to open up on course for parents to view their students' selections for next year. So at that point in time, if you see your students' selections and you have questions or concerns, that's really the best time to reach out to their counselor to make changes. Because as we get further into the course selection process, making changes gets a little bit trickier. And then just a quick reminder about our counseling staff. So I'm the director. If you will have a 9th grader next year, their counselor will be Miss Denise O'Donnell. 10th graders, we've broken up alphabetically. So last names A through G have Mr. Kevin Hagen. Last names H through O have Miss Denise O'Donnell. And last names P to Z have Miss Katie Light. And then this year, Miss Light has 11th grade and Mr. Hagen has 12th grade. So something else that we showed the students was how they can access the course selection booklet. And the PDF will also be linked in their Google Classrooms. But if you go to our school webpage and you go to departments here at the top and then scroll down to guidance. And then over here on the left-hand side, it's the very first link available. So it's posted here, and you can also expand it. So if you click here, you can see it full size. So table of contents. Here's some brief information about, again, each of those program tracks that we have. This is another item that we showed students this week. So this is kind of a planning guide. So they can take a look and see what classes have I already taken, what requirements do I still have remaining, and this can kind of help them plan for that week of January 29th when we put their courses in. So here's some good information about the course selection process and requirements. Here is kind of some further detail about how the GPA points are broken down. So I mentioned earlier, if somebody were to get, say, a 97 in their gym or health class, they would earn 3.5 GPA points as a level 1 course. Whereas if a student got a 97 in AP literature, they would earn 5 points towards their GPA. And that's the GPA points are compensatory with the rigor of the class, essentially. And then you'll see throughout the book, it's broken down by department. And there's a brief description of every single class that we offer, what level it is, and how many credits it is. Broken down by department. And then if you scroll to the very end, so this will break down for you over here the 21st century classes. That's one of their requirements, as well as all of the advanced placement course offerings that we have for the 24-25 school year. So thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. And again, please feel free to reach out at any time if you have questions or concerns. Thanks so much.